Hello, weebs. How's it going? Let me check on something. Real quick. We're good. Hello, friend. Oh, right. I forgot to do that beforehand. Make sure it's lined up with my ergonomic posture. And we're just gonna, catch some fish. Look how smooth this is now. It's alright, I'm going to the next morning. Rain. Love to see it. Something like that. I'm gonna have to buy some more minnows. I like that one. What about where is it? What about that one? None of those buttons work. You just have to click it. Dumb. Alright. I'm gonna be, let's see. What do you want? 1/0? That's fine. I'll be getting into some real lakes. Or into some real locations, not necessarily lakes. Some of them are rivers. But I'll be getting into those soon. I just need to make some money back. Because I spent a lot on going to the Everglades for some missions, and it did not pay out well. And this is the best early lake that I've found to make some money off of. Right, it's a rainy day, so the peaks are all like that. I'm gonna toss this one over here, something like this. a watch on that. Being tugged at. I think. Maybe not. Might go under here in a second. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. That old bobber right there. So right now I'm trying to catch some fish that are called walleye. uh, right now I believe so. There we go. We got a fish. Are you a pike? Or are you a walleye? You're a walleye. Oh, they're pretty expensive. Um. Oh no, there's a drop. I don't want to see that. But if you go to the main page, it will show. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can turn this down. That'll probably make it look a little bit worse, but maybe run a little bit better. Like before you click on the freaking actual stream, it should say how many viewers there are. So while you're not here, it should say 0. This game is called Fishing Planet. Why so many dips? Oh god. I thought I had this sorted out. It's not running bad on your end. Like it's not, I'm not freezing up and like not at any point. Because it's saying there are moments that are running at 20 frames per second. Like right now. Which I mean, it's looking smooth in OBS, which it wasn't doing before. I wish I could go fishing for real as well. Oh, you... What? I guess it was stuck on some weeds or something. Okay, now it should be good to go. Thank you. So you really, like right now, it's not freezing up at all. Or like maybe just a tiny bit. Oh shit. Yeah, these fish are called walleye, and they're in a group of fish known colloquially as sanders because they like to be near the bottom of a body of water where all the sand is. So I've got this bobber with the tackle set low and this feeder rod that goes to the bottom. Got some heavy sinkers on it, and this one, when I can cast it right, I drag at the bottom. And they're the best so far besides I did the calculation on the Everglades location for the bass, but and they were the best ones there, but I didn't do it for these because I started doing calculations after I left here, but there's some of the best along with bass for value versus weight ratio. Yes, you can zoom in on the video. I just recently found that out actually. I never knew it before like 2 weeks ago. Oh, hold on. This is not the right scene actually. Yeah, Twitch is cool, man. Why do you think I spend a lot of time on here? Cuz like people just chill and hang out and play some games, and it's it's a lot cooler when there are a lot of people to chat with, like in the channels that I go to, and I'm even on a couple of the discords where we can talk outside Twitch with the community. I'm gonna go down here if you don't mind, so you can see the bait that I'm using. Thank you. Means a lot. I'm gonna. I could do it on stream sometimes. Do you want me to do it tonight? Because I was thinking about uh on my YouTube channel, like the weekly rotation slot. Once I do a bit of some of the older games that have been on it, like to progress through them more, because I only did them for a week, and were they all roguelikes? But I didn't progress far enough, or far at all. Excuse me, coffee burps. Uh, I didn't progress far at all in them, only playing them for a week. And so after I get done with the FTL, I'm gonna go back to the first one and go through them, and then I was thinking after that, maybe add some Isaac to that series. Love a good Bible thump. Not like actually, but the emote. A good time. I could do some Isaac tonight. This has been a while, so I'll be terrible. What are you? This is a sauger. This is another kind of sander. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the actual fish, but it looks like a walleye, just brown. And it's, let me see, because I think I got some that were close in weight. Fish keeper, that's right. 7, 9. If this were if this were almost a kilogram, I think it would be more. So I think these have a better ratio. Don't tell me what to do. You know, that's something that I never thought would be a problem. But I guess it is something that can happen with cameras. But yeah, so see, you were there. Well, you weren't there, but you were around the last time that I fished. I was talking about it uh, last time in the stream that I had to delete about that carp that I wanted to catch because it was a trophy. Because I'd had a rivalry with it since I was like 8. But I haven't really done much actual fishing except for like I've been to my grandfather's lake and then we went to one in Dayton a couple of times. And uh and then the place that my yeah um yeah, it's been about 2 years for me as well. That my grandmother on my mother's side, right behind one of her properties, I think was the first time that I went fishing. But oh, damn it. But this game teaches you, because it's like an actual comprehensive fishing simulator, it teaches you a shit ton about it. There's so much more to it than I ever even conceived of. And now that I know a little bit more about everything that goes into the sport, I would really love to go back out and do like actual fishing where you set it up to go for a certain type of fish, and then because it's like when people actually go and do it, it's like a sport, right? They set it up intentionally to have a good fight with the fish. And I want to do that. I think it would be cool. Because I was talking about that time whenever I was 9, 8, 9, something like that, at my grandfather's pond when I caught, oh my god, so fast, these catches. Whenever I caught the bass and the catfish, um, so like I probably told you this story a few times, and I told it on the last stream, but I'm gonna have it on this one now that this one's actually gonna stay up. So it was me, my sister was there for like a couple of hours, and then went inside, and my mother and my father and grandfather on my mother's side, and my step grandmother, and another family member that I can't remember which one specifically it was, but it was like in the realm of cousin, uncle, something like that, you know? So we were out there. We went out around noon, and all the adults stayed for about 6 hours. And around the time it got dark, I caught a catfish, which was like the biggest thing that anybody had caught that day. You know, the other people, they had caught some bluegill, and I think someone caught a small largemouth. So I caught that, and then they took all those inside around the time it started getting dark. But I had seen a bass, and so the catfish was like, I don't know exactly what this measurement is, but it was, I remember it being about this long, but a better conceptualization of the size of the catfish was that was about 8. You think about the average size of an 8-year-old. It was so long and also heavy that I could not physically lift it up enough that it would not drag the ground. And uh what, like by law or just by your personal preference? because I mean, I didn't know this until just recently, but it actually hurts the ecosystem pretty badly if you throw back a tiny fish and keep all of the larger fish. It's weird, but I mean it hurts it anyway, just to fish at all. But yeah, no, that's how some laws are in some places. But yeah, so heavy catfish, pretty big, and everybody was trying to get me to go in. I was the last one to stay out, but I was like, no, I've seen this this bass. It's huge and fat, and I want it. So I chased it. I chased it around. I think it went to all edges of the lake, and it was hard to find it at night. And I don't know how I did it, but I kept doing it. And then eventually, I had caught like probably the smallest bluegill in that lake. It was like, I mean, it was a little chode. Like, and I had never even thought about like wild animals eat other wild animals. I don't know if I really even thought about worms as living things back then. And all right, just hold on. Let me finish the story. All right, let me finish this one day, this one fishing day. I'm nearly halfway done, and then um I gotta do some stuff. But anyway, so I don't know how I came to the idea to be like, hey, let's use this fish as bait, because at that point in my life, I don't I didn't have the concept of predators. But I think I was like, which this is something that's true about bass, that is both kind of good and bad for fishermen at times. They're like the goat of the water. They will eat anything that moves. So I think I was just like, I had somewhat sort of that idea just about fishing in general, that they eat the worms just because they move in the water. So I was like, a fish is gonna move even more. So I sat out beside this tree and just had that bluegill around in the roots of it that were in the water, which I didn't know this at the time either, but that is also where bluegill hang out in the wild. So it looked extremely natural. And so the thing swallowed up that bluegill. And I caught that big bass. And it was it was so fat because it had eggs in it. And I fought the thing for like about 30 minutes, which was the equivalent to my child body of probably a 3 hour fight with a large fish to a man. Because I mean, that thing was a lunker. But whenever I started carrying it up the hill, it broke the line, and I had to grab it by its mouth to carry it all the way into the house, and I open up the door, or I knock on the door, and my grandmother opens it up. And I'm like, I did it. Can you take it now? My arm hurts. And my two catches that day were what made that be a fish dinner, because the other people didn't catch enough to feed everybody. It was great. And they tried to cook the eggs, but it didn't work. They just popped. Well, see, the thing is, when the eggs are inside of a fish, they're not really babies. They're half of babies. Because they're not fertilized yet. They have to lay them, and then they're fertilized. Which isn't the case for most birds. I don't know if you knew that or not. But birds absolutely have sex. And then they lay an egg. But for some reason, they will also lay eggs that are unfertilized. It's weird. I haven't looked into yet whether they like would do that naturally or people trained them to do that a long time ago. Like baby halfies. And then the only other fish battle that I've been there for, it wasn't my battle, but I was right next to the person having it. It was my best friend Zach. He was fishing at this spot in what was it? Charleston? I think it was Charleston, Tennessee. Um, and so he had snagged something and fought with it for a good 45 minutes. And then he pulls it in, and it's a plastic bag. So what we think happened is he snagged the bag, and then a fish got trapped in it, and then fought him from inside the bag, and then got out like just before he reeled it all the way in. So he ended up just getting the bag. It was hilarious. He took the bag home that day. I don't know if he still has it. Yo, I'm sorry, it's so early, but I've got to go for a restroom break. So I'll be right back. It's that coffee, man. What it'll do to you. I heard that little fart at the end of that, Aries. I think you're sneaky. So you left. Did you catch the story about Zach? Redfin. About Zach and the bag. Come on. There we go. Nearly, nearly 2/3 of the way done with this keep net. I can probably. Alright. Are you. Please catch something, dude. I'm gonna go over here. And, getting this, but it's gonna take that rod away, isn't it? Get my trusty kayak. And look and see. It did pull that out of the water. Okay. I want to get up over into this nook. Do something like that, maybe? What did you hit? Oh, why you gotta be a tiny fish? Oh, you're a sauger. So it's okay that you're tiny, because you're still worth a lot for it. I think this spot might be a little bit better for Sagar than the other side. Oh, you're gonna pull me. Hell yeah, dude. Ah! Another Wally. Ooh. I'm an angling machine. I have been after that one for a while, I think. Haven't I? That's the one that's 15 in a row? Yeah. 20 for the next one. Oh man. I have like never. Well, obviously I've never done that because I just got it. I never thought I would. I didn't even realize it was about to happen. But it's been a good day of fishing. Did I not just pull this rod in without a bite earlier though? Like twice in a row? Huh. I mean, I'm not complaining if the game just wants to give it to me. Maybe it just means like when you have a fish on the line, you bring it in, not just casting it. That must be it, actually. Cause yeah, I just had one there, and then I didn't set the hook correctly. So yeah, I apologize if I'm like too out of it tonight or too into it or whatever. I have I've been awake for quite a long time. I can see exactly how long. In just a moment. Da, da, da. Three. So at 3, it'll be 24 hours. I'm trying to stay up until 7. uh, Eastern time. Oh, this is Eastern Standard Time. To reset my sleep schedule. Because insomnia is a bitch. It's been kicking my butt lately. Oh, I hated my voice when I said that because it sounded so southern and southern. And I do not like to sound that way. But yeah, I almost completely flipped around. Oh, really? Come on now. I had already gotten you, but yeah, I almost completely flipped around my schedule from like the same hour, just so this is a shell, right? Just whoa, just swapped it from AM to PM, and that was really bad for the the activity here in the apartment complex, and in this apartment itself, like with my mother, for having good times to record and all that. So I was having to do it at weirder times because like the one that I want it to be is perfect for taking a taking a shower, eating, brushing my teeth and all that, getting woken up, watching a couple videos, uh, a couple of Northern Lion videos, and getting woken up, and then getting into the recording day. Wow, oh my god. So that was a shell. I think that was a shell too. So don't throw it so close to that rock, I guess. But but yeah. So it's like I would get up, do all that, and then a couple of hours after I would wake up with the schedule that I want it to be, my mother would go to work, and it would be around the time that most people had gotten home and were winding down their days. I got home from work because people hate a perch. People had started working again here recently, but anyway, wind down and it would be quiet around here and all that. And being around, starting at or waking up at the opposite end of the day, people were just waking up and just starting to go to work, and then the people that didn't work were out and about here, and the dog's making tons of noise outside. And it'd be, I would get like halfway into my first video of the day, and there would be the groundskeepers outside doing like yard work and stuff, and I would have to wait on them. And it wasn't a good time. So, taking the day, try to set it back. I was gonna go to sleep like around freaking 4 p.m. and now it's midnight 30 here. I was like, I could go to sleep right now if I sat here for like an hour and a half and did the meditation